So you find me in the process of my winter wardrobe reset. Today's video is kind of a part 2 to last week's video, where we altered some clothing, we looked at the colors that I have, and got some pieces that will work with the colors that I already have. Another area that I consider when preparing my wardrobe for winter is leisure wear. I feel in summer you can get away with not having the best leisure wear. I get very cold. I get cold easily. I have a tendency to choose homes that are very cold in winter. The cave is certainly living up to her name and expectations. It is quite cool in here in winter. Yeah, I need good leisure wear. If you've been watching my content for any sort of time, you know that I'm a big believer in dressing your best every day. Now, that doesn't mean you have to look super fancy every day. My personal style motto is lazy glam. I want to look effortless. I want to look toned down. So for me, dressing my best is basically just wearing things that both look good and feel ridiculously comfortable, that are high quality. But I think the whole idea of dressing your best definitely extends to lounge and leisure wear, pajamas, all those sorts of categories of things where you don't really necessarily think about looking your best because you're just being a potato on the sofa. Upgrading my leisure wear is definitely one of the things that I need to do every year. And as you can imagine, I'm not going to show you my old leisure wear because, well, it's unsightly to say the least. I wouldn't want to cause you that trauma. Now that I've replenished my loungewear, I can finally get rid of some old loungewear. I can declutter that. I definitely felt like my comfort wear needed an upgrade. It usually does between the seasons. Because I am someone who works from home, loungewear essentially gets really worn out really easily because I wear it a lot and I wash it a lot. And that is where our friends from Organic Basics come in, as they are the sponsors of today's video. Organic Basics is my favorite place to go for comfortable essentials such as underwear. I cannot get over their triangle bras. They're still the only kinds of bras that I wear. Did I mention socks? They do socks too. And fitness wear, loungewear, as well as daily essential basics such as tees, skirts, dresses. Organic Basics have always been sustainably minded. In their range, you will only find beautiful, comfortable, naturally sourced fibers. Organic Basics sent me these glorious pieces that I want to share with you. So we've got this 2-piece, I mean, it's not sold as a set, but obviously I'm using them as a set. These 2 pieces are made of organic cotton. They're really beautiful and warm and soft. And they come in different colors as well. There's also a top that's made out of this knit. I would definitely recommend that you explore their true knit range because it is so nice. I really love the way Organic Basics have put their range together. Basically, most pieces work with each other. So if you are desperate for essentials for a capsule wardrobe, you will find those at Organic Basics, and you'll find them in a range of colors and inclusive sizes. There are whole ranges just made out of the same fabric, which makes putting an outfit together from their items just so effortless. So I've also got these wide leg cotton pants, 2 camis. They're actually the same cami and the same size. I just got one in white and one in grey because I was feeling the whole Y2K layering of singlets vibe. I I know what you're thinking, this is a leisure set, but there's no way I'm not wearing this out for a leisurely coffee. I mean, check this out. How do we do this? In winter, I'm probably going to wear these singlets underneath my sweaters. They're just so lovely, cozy, and soft. The lovely people at Organic Basics have a discount code for you across their whole range. It's on the screen right now. A massive thank you to Organic Basics for sponsoring today's video. So I have been going through this process of resetting my wardrobe for winter, and doing a bit of a declutter is part of that seasonal reset. But also I have gone through a process of transforming my style over the last year and a half. I've practiced enough of that style now that I can start making more concrete decisions about it. This is definitely part of the wardrobe transformation process. So I'd like to get into the things I am decluttering. I've got a few categories here. I'd say I have 3 or 4 categories. So what we're going to do is we're going to move in those categories. Now the first category is the bias cut slinky fabric. Something that used to be a very big part of my wardrobe. I mean, I still like the way it looks aesthetically, but for a number of reasons that I've discussed across many videos, I'm basically saying goodbye to this archetype in my style. I don't know that I'll ever be returning to it. I kind of put the bias cut slinky fabric category into the same category as kimonos. I love the way they look. I do get excited whenever I see one. It's very tempting to try it on and maybe buy it, but realistically, I know it's just not quite up there with the things that I want to wear the most. So we are going to say goodbye to this gorgeous slinky bias cut skirt, which is the last of her kind in my wardrobe. I guess we could classify the next category as things that are worn out, but this particular piece also is a fabric I tried recently and I'm not really into, and I'm talking about this linen set. You know, I wore this last year, all summer, in Greece, little top. I got these pants when I was still wearing earthy tones because I wanted something more neutral that wasn't white or black. But realistically, the color isn't something I'm excited about, this kind of grayish natural color. And on top of that, I have lost weight. And when I say worn out, what I mean is that these pants just look like an old Hessian sack. Linen has this quality about it. With time, it gets really worn in. If you lose some weight, the item just has kind of a sack-like quality to it. I've never been particularly keen on linen in the past. I honestly think these are the first very few linen pieces that I've ever owned in my entire life, and I don't think I'm going to go back to linen. I still have this really great Osma linen overshirt, but that thing is functional in a bunch of different ways that this set really isn't anymore. This was easy to get because linen is everywhere right now. It's kind of one of those on-trend fabrics. Everyone loves linen, but as it turns out, I don't love linen. Now, I would probably not be getting rid of this had I not recently picked up a light colored set that I much prefer, that's a lot more aligned with where I'm at, that actually fits me. It is this white cotton set by a brand called Deji Studios. So this one is also kind of like a situation of one in and one out. Now, if you are enjoying today's outfits and you would like to see more, then you need to check out the video that I posted to my Patreon community last Friday, which was basically all about outfits I'm excited about at the moment. There's a lot more outfits to check out in that video. Okay, so I just did a bit of mathing and I actually have 2 more categories left. And this next category is experimental cheap party things. So these are fast fashion items I kind of needed again during this transitional time for dressing up, basically. When I was still kind of unsure of the direction I wanted to go in, and now that things are a little bit more concrete, I realize these pieces are just outliers, and yeah, the cheapness of them is getting to me. So there's this silver set, which I know a lot of you guys really love. Very cheap. I did wear this at my housewarming party. It was too big. It was too big. This is way too floppy jalopy. I bought this in 2022, so I guess size is another factor. And while it looks super cute, it's just not something that I think I'm going to get much more use out of. I've worn it a few times, but not too many. And another cheap experimental party piece is this here polyester sparkly skirt from Topshop. Again, another 2022 purchase from the experimental era. It just feels a bit tacky, and there are just other things that I know that I will choose to wear over this, so yeah, it can go as well. The final category are experimental things that I got secondhand. So again, kind of from this same era, late 2022, early 2023, we've got these vintage silver pants, which I actually know a lot of you have loved on me. I, in some ways, love them, and obviously I've styled them in a bunch of different ways, but there are some issues. There's this bit that kind of just sticks out on my butt with the pleats. It's kind of weird and annoying, which kind of limits how I can style them. And also they are quite narrow and long. Realistically, I've struggled to make them look good with my shoes or my tops. I don't know, there's just something about them that is kind of difficult to style. And then there is this thing which I literally wore once for a video. I thought it would be a proper rain jacket. It's actually not rain resistant. It's not water resistant. So the water goes straight through. It just kind of looks like that kind of fabric, and it's oversized, and I guess it generally looks cute. It's kind of not really my style, if that makes sense. It's kind of just sitting there, and I don't think I'm ever gonna wear it again. So goodbye, my friend. A few of these things would have been great if they were just slightly different, but they're not slightly different. They're exactly as they are. And yeah, I just don't like having things around that don't get use. It's just time to move on and make my wardrobe feel that little bit more unified, that little bit more specific. And I think that's ultimately where I get excited about style, is when I'm able to narrow things down to, a few little categories, a few different types of looks, find my formula and repeat it. I feel like I'm there now. Let's have a look at what my wardrobe looks like now. Basically, I am pretty excited because things are feeling concise. On the left, we've got all of my coats and jackets, and on the right, we have all the hanging up things. And over here, we have all the folded up things, all the colours. The coloured winter knits, t-shirts, fitness stuff,